In today's world, many men are being warned that marriage is a financial trap. With the fear of alimony, child support, and costly divorce settlements, it's no wonder some men are looking for alternatives. And what do they propose? Multi-partner setups, rotational relationships, and co-parenting across different households. It sounds like a dream. Multiple women, no strings attached, freedom to do as you please. But here's the twist. These alternatives might end up costing you more time, energy, and money than the very thing you're trying to avoid. Let's take a deeper look at why these so-called solutions might drain your wallet and complicate your life. The first step in this multi-partner fantasy is the belief that you're in control. The alpha male mindset says that managing multiple women shows dominance, high value, and success. But let's get real for a moment. In most of these setups, you're not in control at all. Instead of being a dominant figure, you're essentially a financial provider and an emotional sponge. These relationships quickly become transactional, revolving around what you can provide, not around emotional connection or commitment. You may think you're avoiding gold diggers by steering clear of marriage, but what you're really doing is creating the perfect environment for them to thrive. The relationships might seem like they're based on choice and freedom, but they're actually built on you providing support without receiving emotional return. Now let's talk about the chaos of managing multiple households. Think maintaining a single home is tough? Try managing several. Each partner requires a separate residence, with its own set of utilities, furniture, and maintenance. Imagine covering the rent or mortgage, utilities, food, and cleaning costs for 2, 3, or even more households. You're not just paying for one home, you're duplicating expenses for every household. It's a constant drain. And let's not forget that to keep the chaos manageable, you'll need to hire nannies, assistants, or staff. These staff members handle everything from childcare to household management, adding even more financial burden. So instead of finding freedom and flexibility, you're creating a revolving door of financial strain. And then there's the time and energy required. You might think you're the prize in these setups, but in reality, you're one of many vying for attention. Material gestures, gifts, trips, and other luxuries are expected, not just nice-to-haves. With multiple partners, you'll need to stay present emotionally and financially for each one, meaning hours spent listening to problems, offering solutions, and of course, footing the bill for those solutions. The time spent catering to multiple women's needs and keeping the relationships afloat adds up. You're not just ensuring everyone is happy, you're working overtime to maintain satisfaction, all while neglecting your own needs. Let's not forget the children. Raising a child can be expensive, but raising kids across multiple households multiplies those costs exponentially. In a typical marriage, if things go wrong, there's usually one child support payment, one legal agreement. In a multi-partner arrangement, you're potentially paying child support for each household, whether or not you have legal obligations. And even if you're not paying child support, each child still has its own costs: education, healthcare, extracurriculars, and more. Coordinating between households for birthdays, school events, and visitation schedules only adds logistical chaos and financial strain. What you may have thought was a creative workaround quickly becomes a nightmare of time and money. The emotional toll is another significant aspect. While divorce is undeniably emotionally taxing, a healthy marriage provides emotional stability, support, and teamwork, key factors in raising children. However, in a rotational relationship, the lack of emotional depth and consistency often leads to burnout. These arrangements can feel more like business transactions than relationships based on love and connection. Without a true emotional bond, the satisfaction you might expect from these setups fades, and the costs keep piling up, both financially and emotionally. Relationships based purely on transactional terms leave everyone feeling unsatisfied. What about the children in multi-partner setups? Well, the emotional consequences are significant. In a monogamous relationship, children benefit from stability and the consistent involvement of both parents. They grow up in a nurturing, cohesive environment, and the emotional security they receive contributes to stronger sibling bonds. In contrast, children raised in multi-household setups may feel disconnected. The fragmented nature of their lives leads to less emotional support, and they may struggle with feelings of not having a stable family unit. They could also feel the lack of time and financial support, especially as resources are spread thin across multiple households. So, why do these multi-partner setups persist as a solution? The answer lies in the illusion of control and dominance. Many men view managing multiple partners as a sign of power and success, but in reality, the constant juggling leads to greater financial and emotional complications. The ego boost from having multiple women vying for attention may seem appealing, but it doesn't lead to lasting happiness or fulfillment. As time passes, the reality of managing multiple relationships with different obligations, parenting dynamics, and emotional demands often turns out to be more overwhelming than men initially realize. Now, let's compare this setup to the simplicity and benefits of monogamy. In a committed, monogamous relationship, you have shared goals, resources, and responsibilities. This means one household with shared costs for housing, utilities, and childcare, making things far more efficient. Emotional depth, stability, and loyalty help nurture strong relationships that provide security for everyone involved. Raising children in a single unified household ensures consistency and emotional security, and creates a more stable environment for their development. With a prenup, the financial risks associated with divorce are minimized, and the stability of the relationship is protected. In contrast, multi-partner setups can become chaotic, expensive, and emotionally draining. Managing several households, dealing with different parenting dynamics, and providing for multiple families quickly turns into a logistical nightmare. The financial and emotional toll becomes unbearable, and the fantasy of a carefree, multiple-partner lifestyle becomes a hard reality. The key takeaway here is that while multi-partner setups may sound appealing as an alternative to marriage, they come with far greater costs and complications. A monogamous marriage, with the right mindset and legal protections, offers a more stable, fulfilling, and efficient approach to building a family, creating a legacy, and achieving long-term success. Focus on building a strong, committed relationship with shared goals, resources, and emotional depth. Embrace the stability that comes with monogamy and avoid the chaos of multi-household setups. So, what's it going to be? Will you pursue the chaotic fantasy of multiple partners, or will you focus on building something lasting and sustainable with one partner? The choice is yours.